Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for Cuccione family for inviting us here tonight. I'm here with my son, Hugo, my best friend and partner, MJ, and our son, Hugo. Thank you for the introduction. It's a tremendous honor for us to be here tonight. We want to extend our deepest gratitude to the Cuccione family for inviting us to the celebration. We've known about Michael since the first day of Hugo's leukemia diagnosis in 2018. Hugo was just 2 years old, and we suddenly found ourselves spending countless hours at BC Children's Hospital. The Michael Cuccione Foundation playroom in the oncology unit became a second home for our boys. They spent hundreds of hours playing there, and that space brought so much joy. Every time we entered the playroom, we were greeted by Michael's smiling face. His photo always there to remind us of the heart behind the space. Thanks. Oh, geez. Okay. Little did we know at the time how much deeper our connection to Michael would grow and the foundation he created. Ever since Hugo's diagnosis, our focus was on Hugo's treatment. We were thrilled when, after 3 long years, Hugo got to ring the bell that signified the end of chemotherapy. We thought our journey with cancer was finally over, but just 6 months later, Hugo relapsed. His cancer returned, and the treatments that had once worked were no longer did. It was one of the hardest moments of our lives. That's when the oncology team at BC Children's Hospital introduced us to CAR T therapy. It was only accessible through a clinical trial, and it felt like our last hope. CAR T therapy is unique. It works by reprogramming the body's own immune cells to identify and destroy cancer cells. These reprogrammed cells are then reinfused into the patient, and they continue to seek out and eliminate cancer. For Hugo, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. CAR T didn't just put his cancer into remission, it gave us the opportunity to move forward with a bone marrow transplant. Hugo's older brother, Kai, was identified as a match. We will never forget the day Kai selflessly became Hugo's bone marrow donor, knowing he was giving his little brother a second chance. We'll also never forget the 6 a.m. drive to get Kai to BC Children's for his surgery to collect bone marrow. Hugo and Mom were already inpatients at BC Children's waiting for us to arrive. Hugo's bone marrow had already been depleted deliberately to make room for the new bone marrow that would come from Kai. Needless to say, it was one white knuckle driving the whole way that morning, and we were stopping at nothing. Skunks, raccoons, nothing. We made it safely, and it was a huge relief to be able to hand Kai over into the care of incredible oncologist, Dr. Jacob Rosmus. And the combination of CAR T and successful transplant is why Hugo stands here with us today, healthy and full of life. Fun fact, Hugo and Kai now share the same DNA. So if Hugo ever gets up to any mischief, he can always blame it on Kai. The full connection between our family's healing process and Michael's legacy became clear. The foundation that had provided Hugo with moments of happiness in the playroom during the first 3 years of standard treatment had also funded this leading-edge personalized therapy. The Michael Cuccione Childhood Cancer Research Program was at the heart of his revolutionary treatment. And the Michael Cuccione Foundation had raised millions of dollars to fund the research and development of CAR T therapy for pediatric patients in BC. Michael once asked, "What if the cure is in a child?" That question guided his life, his life's work, and it's the reason we're standing here today with our son. Michael believed in the possibility of a cure, and he dedicated his life to making it a reality. To Michael's family, your dedication to his mission and your strength in turning grief into hope is an immeasurable gift to families like ours. For that, we'll be forever grateful. We also want to thank the donors, the doctors, the nurses, the child life specialists, the social workers, housekeeping staff, the parking lot attendants, volunteers, and all the healthcare workers who supported us every step of the way. It truly takes a village, and we felt the support throughout our journey. But most of all, we're grateful to Michael. His vision lives on in every child who benefits from the advanced therapies and research that you enabled. Tonight, we stand here as a family who will never forget the gift that you've given us. Thank you.